Hey there, Kindle Farmers. In today's technology lesson, we will learn how to record a walk, hike, run, or bike onto a Google map, showing the exact route, the distance traveled, and containing any pictures we took along the way. In order to access Google Maps, begin by clicking onto your waffle menu. Scroll down until you find Maps and click on that. A new window will open. Click onto the drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner. Scroll down to Your Places and click on that. Then click on Maps. I'll be creating a new map for each outing I take, so click on Create Map. A new window will open containing an untitled map. Double-click on that to give it a title. Let's call this Biking May 6th. Can even add some details. Click Save when you're done. In order to find the beginning of the route that I biked, I can type in a location in the address bar. If you don't know the exact location, estimate. This takes me to Ellenware Road, but this isn't where I began my bike ride, so I'll X out of that, and I'll click and drag the map to find where I began my bike ride that day, which was the intersection of Ellenware Road and Route 30. Here it is. It might be helpful to change the way this map looks. If I click on the base map, I can select Google Earth View, then X out of that. This looks more familiar. I'd like to get rid of this as I don't need it anymore, so I'll click the X. And I'd like to add a point here or a marker at the intersection of Ellenware Road and Route 30 where my bike route began. To do that, click onto this button, add a marker, click. Then come over to the intersection of Ellenware Road and Route 30 and click again. So you can see a point was added to the map. I can name that point. Click Save when you're done. I can change the color of this pointer to something I like better. And I can change the icon to reflect what I did that day, in this case biking. Click out of that when I'm done. I can also add a photo by clicking on the camera icon and then dragging pictures into this box. Here we have the intersection of Ellenware Road and Route 30. And I'll add more to this later, but for now, I'll click Save and then X out of it. Now that I have the beginning of my route, I'd like to begin marking the route itself. In order to do that, I can click out of this and then click on to the Draw a Line button, which also allows us to add a driving route or a walking route, or in this case, I'll click on to Add Biking Route. A new layer will open up. In order to begin, I click at the beginning of the route, and now all I have to do is drag the cursor roughly down along Ellenware Road, and Google will fill in the route. When I run out of space on the map, I move over, click to drag the map up, unclick, and then go back to tracing the route just by moving the cursor down. If again I run out of room, come over, click, drag the map up. Come back to the route. Repeat. One more time. I've had lots of good days and good memories bicycling this same route with Kindle Farmers. And I'm very much looking forward to the day when we can do that again. Give myself some more room, getting close to the end. And when I reached the end of my route that day, I biked from stop sign to stop sign. I double click. And there is the biking route that I took that day. Cool feature of Google Maps is that if I go up to this menu here, click on that, scroll down to step-by-step directions, I can find out exactly how long my route was that day. 2.06 miles. Up here it's rounded off. That's useful information to me. In fact, I'd like to record that information. So I'll X out of this. I'll remember 2.06 miles. I'll uncheck the route, but I'll recheck my starting place, and I'll click onto that. I'd like to add information about the distance. To do that, I click on the pencil or edit button, and here I'll add information about my distance. 2.06 miles that day each way, so that's times 2 equals 4.12 miles. Click save when I'm done. Can X out of that. I'd also like to add some other points along this route because I took other pictures along the way. So I'd like to zoom in to the end. I know I have a picture of the stop sign at the end. So I'm zooming in to close to that. And then I'll unclick the route. And I'll re-click the layer that I'm adding points to. Come back up, click on the add marker button, come down to the end of my route, and add a point there. I can label this I can again change the color and the icon. And I can again add a picture by clicking on the camera icon. Here we see picture of the stop sign at the end of Ellen Ware Road. Quick save when I'm done. Connects out of that. I have another picture that I really liked that day that I'd like to add to this route. Can unclick that and click on this if it's easier. Somewhere around here. So again, I'll uncheck the route, but recheck the layer where I'm adding points. Again, click on the add marker. Click. Can label this the river. Save. And again, add a picture by clicking on the camera icon and then dragging a picture into the box. It was a beautiful day that day, and I really liked this picture that I got of the water, and particularly the way the light was reflecting off the water. And if I have both layers checked and I zoom out, I can see my entire route from beginning to end. I can see various points along the way where I added pictures and information. And I will be able to find this map in Google Drive or post it to a Google Classroom anytime I want. In order to share this map, come over here, click on Share, and here you can copy the link to the map, and you can also change the privacy settings so that other people can see it. Have fun out there, Kindle farmers. Get outside, but please be safe.